Hey everyone, welcome! Today we're going to dive into a classic fable that has a surprisingly modern message. It's a story about a dog, a bell, and this really dangerous mistake we sometimes make, confusing any old attention with good attention.
So, before we even meet our main character, let's just start with this question right here. It sounds simple, right? But you know that line between being known for something amazing and being known for something, well, terrible, it can get super blurry, especially if you're the one in the spotlight. So just keep that in the back of your mind as we get into the story.
All right, let's jump right in. Our story kicks off in this small village. We've got a man named John and his dog. And let me tell you, this dog has a very serious problem. And look, we're not talking about some playful nipping here. No, this dog was a genuine menace. His owner, John, was totally at his wit's end. I mean, he tried everything, patience, training, you name it. But the dog's bad habits just wouldn't quit.
And this, of course, had some serious real-world consequences. It wasn't just about the dog anymore. Word spread through the village like wildfire, and pretty soon, John's house basically became a no-go zone. His friends were scared to come over, visitors just stopped showing up, and John himself started getting really isolated, all because of his dog's awful reputation.
Okay, so the problem's crystal clear, right? The whole community is on edge. And that's when a solution gets proposed. But as you're about to find out, this solution comes with some, well, let's just say some very unintended consequences.
So one of John's friends comes to see him, basically as a representative for the whole village. He's like, listen, the community has had enough, but they've come up with an idea. It's not about punishment or anything like that. It's a warning system, a simple little bell.
And you know, from the human point of view, the logic is totally sound. It's super practical, a really straightforward fix. The bell is just an early warning system. People hear that jingle, they know the dog is coming, they have time to move, and nobody gets bitten. Easy, right? Problem solved. Or is it?
Well, not so fast. This is where the story gets really interesting. Let's talk about how the dog himself sees this whole new accessory.
Yeah, this is where the massive misunderstanding kicks in. The dog hears that little jingle, he sees everyone turn and stare at him, and he feels important. He loves it. In his mind, there's only one reason all these eyes are on him. He's finally getting the admiration he's always deserved.
And this just perfectly shows the two totally different realities that are happening at the exact same time. You've got the humans who see the bell as a warning sign, a tool to stay away. And then you have the dog who thinks it's like a medal of honor, a source of pride that's basically screaming, hey, look at me. He's completely mistaking their fear for fascination.
But you know how it goes. A delusion like this can't last forever. Every bubble has to pop eventually. And our proud little dog is about to get a really, really painful dose of reality.
So, he's feeling like he's on top of the world, right? And he decides it's time to show off his new status symbol to his peers. He literally struts over to a group of other dogs, expecting them to be totally wowed, probably even a little jealous of his fancy bell.
But instead of envy, he gets laughed at. And then comes the truth, and the other dogs do not hold back. They just spell it right out for him. Dude, that bell is not a trophy, it's a warning label. The attention you're so proud of, it's not admiration. It's just a big, loud announcement of your terrible reputation.
Ouch. And that painful moment brings us right to the core lesson of this whole fable. It's all about the massive difference between two words that we as people tend to get mixed up all the time.
So let's just lay it out super clear. Notoriety, that's when you're famous but for something bad. Popularity, on the other hand, is when you're known and you're actually liked or admired. See the difference? The dog had notoriety, tons of it, but in his pride, he thought it was popularity.
So here's the key takeaway on that. The bell was just an amplifier. Think of it like a megaphone for his bad reputation. It took his biting habit and just blasted it out for everyone to hear, making it public and impossible to ignore. It didn't change who he was, not at all. It just made sure everyone knew who he was.
And what's so wild is how perfectly this ancient story fits our world today. I mean, think about it. Ever seen someone get ratioed on social media? You know, when a post gets way more angry comments than likes? That's a ton of attention, but it's all negative. That's a dog's bell. Or what about going viral for doing something dumb or mean? Total dog's bell. In every one of these situations, yeah, you're getting noticed, but it's for all the wrong reasons.
And that really is the main takeaway here. We live in a world that is obsessed with metrics, right? Views, followers, clicks. It's so easy to fall into that same trap as the dog.
to start believing that just being noticed is the same thing as being valued. But as the story makes so clear, they are absolutely not the same thing.
So I want to leave you with this question to chew on. What kind of bells might we be wearing without even knowing it? Are there things we're proud of, behaviors we show off, that are actually just broadcasting our own notoriety to the world? It's definitely something to think about.